to do self-improvement. But these are the type of cases that we mean is not for example the obesity where it is so crucial that they have to improve. But the cases that we mean in this debate are the cases where they have the two options, is whether they can choose to do the self-improvement or choose to just choose to accept themselves. Now, we as the affirmative side of the house, our goal is to prove that the self-acceptance is more important than the self-improvement itself. Now, I as the first speaker, I will explain to you why the self-acceptance is more important, and my second speaker will give you the impact, and my third speaker will sum up, give you the class points of our debate today. Now, moving on into my arguments and how the self-improvement will have no limits. Now, we want to explain to you the two big differences of the self-improvement and also the self-acceptance. For example, like the girl who feels like she is fat, and how she has these two options to do these things, whether or not she accepts her weight or whether or not she wants to do the diet, so she can be thinner. And when we compare about the self-acceptance and how when she accepts herself, that means that she already feels enough and is already satisfied with how she is. No, thank you. And how she doesn't want to reach this this stigma of beauty in the society. But when she does the self-improvement, that means she will try to improve by doing doing the diet. And we believe here by these two options, they have one goal, is whether or not they want to feel this. They want to feel better. They want to be a better form of themselves, or how they want to reach this type of confidence. Now, we believe that the opposition side of the house here will ask us about the confidence and how we will reach this type of confidence with the self-acceptance. We believe that in their case, they will bring how with the self-improvement and how they do this diet, then they will reach the confidence that they want to have. But we think that with this type of self-improvement, then they will not reach this type of confidence, because we cannot guarantee to them until when they will keep improving themselves, and they will in the end reach this type of confidence themselves. Now, for example, like a lot of teenage girls, and how they feel about their weight, and how they do these type of self-improvement, for example the diets and such and so on, but how they have the tendencies to never stop doing these type of never stop doing this type of self-improvement. For example, like these girls have the tendency to start being anorexic, and we believe here that this is a harmful case, because it can harm themselves and not reach the confidence that they want to reach. And we believe that when they try to do the self-improvement, that means they have no limits, and they do not know when they are going to stop, or when they feel like they have this type of confidence that they want to reach. But however, we feel in this type of cases, when these type of girls accept themselves, even if they do not reach the standards in the society, that means that they will have a limit towards this confidence, and they will reach this type of confidence or this type of goal that they want. For example, when we see when these girls who do not reach this type of a standard in the society, but when they see these other girls and how they see that they are much more thinner than they are, but they won't try to do the self-improvement because they have already felt satisfied and they have already accepted themselves how they want. So this is what we mean by how the confidence and how they feel better about themselves is much more guaranteed. And this is what we want to, this is the solution that we want to have in the society, where all of the society is already accepting themselves, because they in the end of the day they will have the confidence. But however, with the self-improvement, the confidence that they get will not be guaranteed, and there will be no limit to when they will still keep doing these type of self-improvement, for example, the diets, and how it is not going to end, and how it is never ending. So because of this reason, and how we believe that this type of confidence and how they feel better about themselves is much more guaranteed with the self-acceptance. That is why the self-acceptance is much more important than the self-improvement. And how we believe that the self-improvement will have no limits is already proven in our case. But when they keep on doing this, self-improvement, they don't know when they are going to stop, and they don't know when they are going to reach the limits of when they feel this type of confidence and when they feel better about themselves. So because of this case, we would prefer a world where people in general aspire towards the self-acceptance rather than the self-improvement. Thank you.
The first speaker from the proposition team spent 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I repeat, 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Calling the first speaker from the opposition team, Miss Jennifer.
Yes. I kind of disappointed with the government side of the house on how they reach and engage with this motion today. They broke us about the wrong stance that they are going to use this self-improvement, and at the times they couldn't reach the target, and at that times they will use the self-acceptance. It means that from the very first place, it means that they will choose self-important is better rather than self-acceptance. Because what? Because they are talking about the self-improvement first, then it will be followed by the self-acceptance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to define you clearly about the motions that occur today. Firstly, when we are talking about the aspire towards self-acceptance rather than self-improvement, it means that the scenario that should be brought is that you accept yourself, you feel enough yourself, and you no need to improve yourself. This kind of cases is the right case that should be proposed by government, and they burden of proof, the basic burden of proof is that why self-acceptance should be proposed, should be aspired rather than using the self-improvement. But how suddenly they come out and stated that self-improvement is needed? So what is the function of for us to debate on this motion where the government exactly goes to the opposition point? So we believe that the stance that been brought by the first speaker have been tackled out, and all argument about anorexia, obesity, all of that has been brought just because of wrong stance and wrong engagement in our debate today. Now, move to the point of opposition side. Opposition side of the house believe that self-improvement is very needed rather than self-acceptance itself. Why? Now, our goal is to increase the quality and the self-worthy by using this self-improvement. Now, let's see why acceptance is bad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we are talking about acceptance, yes, they will be grateful by the accept, but how suddenly the definition of acceptance is that you feel enough for what you have, right? Now, at the time you are grateful for what you have in this kind of scenario, it means that you will not improve yourself because you think that you're enough. I have my level, and okay, I'm at this level. Let's say people divided into two. There's one people inside one people. There's a positive thing and there is a negative thing. When we are talking about negative thing inside of me, at the time I accept the negativity, it means that there is no time that I could turn those negativity into the positivity, right? Now, the second is that the positive on me. If you stuck in the same place, it means that your positiveness, your skill inside yourself will not even develop, right? It means that you are stuck in the same place and your skill will not ever come to become the gem that becomes your treasures for your life itself. This kind of thing that should be proposed itself. Now, the government stated that they don't really take care about why acceptance is needed, so that this point goes also to the opposite side of the house. Now let's move to the things, the layer of proof on the opposite side of the house. We believe that why improvement should be the priorities of this case today. Firstly, improvement means that you need to improve yourself in the aspect of spiritual, skill, emotion, etc. or any aspect of your life. Now, at the time you're developing, at the time you're improving yourself by your desire to, by your human nature to be competitive, to improve yourself, it means that your level per day is higher than before. It means that you are creating the best of you, right? It means that self-improvement is needed in any kind of aspect of life. Now, what I'm going to underline to you, Judge, that doesn't mean that you are not accepting yourself. You still accept yourself, right? But still, self-improvement is better. Self-improvement is higher, and we need in general, all society aspiring for this self-improvement. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to give the difference between gratefulness that comes out after the self-acceptance and gratefulness that come out from the self-improvement. Self-improvement, you are creating your target, let's say the level 1 and level 2. At the time you're reaching the level 1, it means that, yes, I already improved myself and I'm grateful for it. It means that you still grateful for yourself, right? It means that the self-worth still exists. Now, if I go to the level 2, it means that I improve again, and I also grateful for who I am. It means that self-improvement will create, and these aspirations of society towards self-improvement is really good, ladies and gentlemen. That's why self-improvement still be prioritized of any kind of aspect of your life. Rather than you self-accept, rather than you feel enough of everything that you have, but suddenly you still in the score 2, you are still in the level 2, while somehow I'm going to talk about the constructor's point that I have here is that it is form of survivability. Judge, we could say that there is the existence of the lottery of birth itself, right? You could be born whether you less lucky or you're lucky. Let's say now you could be born in the low class society or even the high class society. It means that all people have a different luckiness in this life, right? Now, how could these people who are less lucky, let's say less lucky in the terms of skill, in the terms of that, now, how this less lucky could chasing the lucky person? Yes, the answer is that through the self-improvement. If they think that they accept themselves, then they enough at the time, it means that they could never chase the lucky people. Let's say like that, in general, even though in general all people accept themselves, but it doesn't mean they accept other person, right? Ladies and gentlemen, self-acceptance. You accept yourself, but the others not accept you. The comparison, the gap, the pressure of society still exists. Somehow, let's say you are being born in the level 2, and there is another person born in the level 10 itself. Now, if you think that you enough with the level 2, it means that suddenly, long-term effect, you will die with those level 2 quality, and at the end of the day, it also becomes the boomerang for you if you still accept yourself like that. Where in fact, the society doesn't accept you. The society see you at the level 2. The society see you for the one who never improved. Because what? Self-acceptance doesn't mean you accept others. Society accept themselves, but society doesn't accept you, right? Now this case needs to be proposing in this kind of motion, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we believe the improvement that needed in skill also needed to boost the productivity that will be elaborated more in the second speaker. Now the second aspect of form of survivability is in emotion and spiritual. When we're talking about emotion and spiritual, this is become the basic needs when you are going to boost your skill, boost yourself, and boost your happiness, right, ladies and gentlemen? Now, even in the emotion, even in your each of person, the spiritual of each of you still need this self-improvement. You still should improve your stability of emotion. Let's say you are a person that born for, let's say you are in the teenager stuff. Yourself, sometimes you are comparing yourself with the others. Now, to changing, to self-improve, you need to change these kind of perceptions. You need to stop comparing yourself with others. Now, how could you stop this, and how could you save yourself? By improving yourself day by day. And at the end of the day, we believe that the productivity of your skills and also the emotions and your skills will be achieved, and your future, your generations will become more brighter by using the self-improvement rather than self-acceptance. Remember, the self-acceptance is feel that they're enough, but actually they are not enough and they should improve. That's why we as a opposition proud to oppose you. Thank you.
The first speaker from the opposition team spent 7 minutes and 29 seconds. I repeat, 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Calling the second speaker from the proposition team, Miss Miftah, the place is yours. It is very disappointing how the opposition side of the house here misunderstood what the first speaker has clearly stated to the educators and also to all the audiences here. Our first speaker has clearly explained to you what we mean by self-acceptance, and that is, we would like the society to accept themselves no matter what, and we never try to justify the self-improvement. Here, we would like the society to accept themselves rather than improving themselves, because we believe that here, when the society accepts themselves first, then improving themselves, we believe that here the society's goals could be reached. We believe here the confidence of the society and the productivity of the society here will increase. So now, moving on to the rebuttals of today's debate, I have 2 points of rebuttals. Moving on to the first point of rebuttal is how the opposition side of the house here would like to propose a society with no negativity. Here, the negative side of the house would like a society where the society is flawless. But here, as we can see, that this is really unrealistic. The government could not reach this with self-improvement. The government side of the house here believes that with self-acceptance, the society could actually reach this. And here, why is it we believe that this is such unrealistic? Because we believe that nobody can reach the standards. Why is it nobody can reach the standards here? Because the standards, especially the society standards, the society stigma, keep on reaching up and keep on increasing from day to day. Let's take an example of beauty standards. How 20 years ago the beauty standards were different to the future's beauty standards, and that is what we mean here. It is very unrealistic to how the negative side of the house here will like a society without any negativity. Here they would like to have a society with such perfection, and we believe that we believe that this could not be reached by the government because of these beauty standards. Now, moving on to the third rebuttal is about the self-acceptance, how even though you accept yourself, but the society could not accept you. But here, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to change that by showing the society that self-acceptance is more important than improving yourself. At the end of the day, the society will not only accept themselves, but also accept the people around them without ever comparing themselves and comparing others towards themselves. So here, we believe that by making the self-acceptance more important than the self-improvement, we believe here it is a win-win solution towards the government. Now, we believe that here, even with self-improvement, we cannot guarantee that the society will also accept you. We believe here, even though if you improve yourself in reaching the beauty standards of the society, but the society, we cannot guarantee the society here will also accept you for what you have reached. So we believe here that even though even though that the self-improvement here, we are doing the self-improvement, we believe here that we cannot also guarantee that the society will accept you for who you are. So now, moving on to my argument, I will bring you the further impact of why we would like to make this self-acceptance more important. Now, I would like to show you the further impact towards the everyday life of the society here. Now, when you go everywhere and you compare yourself towards everybody, and then you feel insecure, and yes, maybe with these insecurities, you will start to improve yourself. But here, ladies and gentlemen, when they start to improve themselves with these insecurities, they have this burden of fulfilling the stigma and the standards. And here, when you have the burden of improving yourself, you can never reach your goals. When you reach your goals, but it feels like you want more, and there will never be. There will be a never-ending cycle. Let's take a look. Let's take an example for when this woman goes to a clinic center to get her face fixed. And when she goes out of this beauty clinic, and then she feels like she is never satisfied with herself, because like I've said before, these beauty standards keeps on increasing from day to day. And then she goes back to the clinic center and fix her face up. But here, ladies and gentlemen, this will create dependency. This will stop people from being creative, because they believe that they cannot live without this dependency. So that is what I believe here. When we are making this self-improvement more important, it will actually decrease the creativity and also the confidence of the society. And here, what I mean from making people from being creative is that they will never have this confidence. Yes, we believe that by improving yourself, that it will show up this confidence. But we believe that it is not as big as the self-acceptance. Once you have improved yourself, the confidence has shown up. But then you compare yourself to others, and you never accept yourself to who you are. Then the confidence will come back inside again. But we believe here by self-acceptance, we believe here that when the society
sees that yes, I have my flaws, I have my insecurities, but then when I am grateful for who I am because I accept myself, then here the confidence will never come back in. The confidence here will start showing, and this will actually increase the productiveness of the society and also the creativeness of the society. And now that is the further impact if we make the self-acceptance more important than the self-improvement. Now moving on to how by showing that self-acceptance is more important than rather than self-improvement will actually decrease the stigma of the society. Now I would like to explain to you how the stigma of the society actually occurs. Here the stigma of the society occurs because the society here compares itself towards other people, and not only they compare themselves, but they also compare other people towards other people here. Why does this comparison occurs? Because here the society never learned how to accept themselves with who they truly are. So here we believe that when the society realizes that by accepting yourself is actually more important than your self-improvement, we believe here that the society, the stigma of the society will decrease, and here the society will see how by showing your confidence is more important than improving yourself, and the society will see that how by improving yourself you will never reach a goal of satisfaction. But here when we are making this self-acceptance more important, we believe that the society here could see how we believe that the society here could see that they could actually let out their confidence more, and here the society will reach its goals and never try to compare themselves with each other anymore. So here we believe that when we are making the self-acceptance more important rather than the self-improvement, we believe that the society will reach its goals and the government will also reach its goals. Why? Because here the society are also happy, and when the society are happy, it means that the society has reached its welfare, and that means it is also a win-win solution towards the government startup has. So because of these reasons, we believe that making self-acceptance is more important than your self-improvement, and we will to oppose.
The second speaker from the proposition team spent 7 minutes and 16 seconds. I repeat, 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Calling the second speaker from the opposition team, Mr. Calvin, the time and place is yours.
The honorable judges, before I'm going further, I would like to point out two weaknesses from the government side of the house. The first one is about lack of explanation about society accept each other if the acceptance of for themselves, and then we believe that this kind of lackness make this kind of argument cannot be gone, and we believe even if it is be like so, we believe that in the society right now the qualification is exists, ladies and gentlemen, and the target will make you can be accept or will make you cannot be accept. So the society will not as simply will accept each other like they said about for self-acceptance. And then the second one, they said no limit, on how they said that if our self-improvement has no limit. And now the second speaker of the government side of the house have stated to us that there is a limit. Yes, there is a limit, but we cannot achieve that kind of limit. So we see the contradicting from their cases, ladies and gentlemen. And now I would like to move to my rebuttal. I would like to give two rebuttals here. The first one is about their biggest point. Ladies and gentlemen, their biggest point is saying that self-improvement has no limit, and that's why we prefer the acceptance, which leads into the confidence, which is no limit of the self-improvement will harming the confidence, and confidence will also impact to the happiness of the society. Okay, we believe even if self-improvement has no limit, but we believe that self-improvement have target. take example like the obesity that they have said to us, like the obesity that they will have
Before
a
that,
diet.
sir.
No, thank you. They will have a diet and becoming thinner. We believe, ladies and gentlemen, they will have the measurement of their weight can be 53 kilogram or something like that. So we believe there is anorexia. It is a special cases, which is we believe that the people will also get the target, and the self-improvement will adding your confidence, which is if you have achieved your target, this means that the self-improvement have no harm to the confidence and give you more confidence and happiness with this kind of self-improvement itself.
Before
and the
that,
second
sir.
one, no, thank you, about the flossless should be these people because the stigma of society. They believe that now the stigma of society cannot be achieved because it will differ each other. We believe the motion rate is saying that self-acceptance, which is you will improve yourself step by step towards the target you make. You don't have to get the stigma of the society, the stigma of society to be your target. So you can move yourself step by step to be better, ladies and gentlemen. And now I would like to go to my justification. The justification, I would like to give you two justifications here. One justification here. The first one about self-acceptance make a new personality. Yes, new personality will be defined like a new skill, new target, and let's see if this kind of people get something good. We believe you will want to improve yourself to be better and achieve the target you make. In the case of regularly, you will be grateful and even more confident because you have reached the target, and people will also acknowledge if you reach your target because social judgment is always exist judges. Okay, the second one is about they get something bad. We believe this kind of new personality will not stuck themselves in that kind of suffer or feel regret, but this thing may be the reason to get improved, to improving yourself since you are a new man. So with this kind of new personality, we believe they will reach their target, even if step by step, even if there is scale 1 until 10, we believe even if it is a one step, it has been a good improvement, ladies and gentlemen. And with this kind of justification, we believe that this kind of new personality is what we need, and this kind of new personality is what the best for the society, and you can only achieve this kind of new personality after you get this self-improvement. Okay, I would like to move to my impact. I would like to give two impacts here. The first one is about human quality, which is divided into two kind of layers, the productivity and career. The second layer is about spiritual and emotional. And then the second impact is about the government. Okay, moving to the first impact that I would like to give to you. The human quality. The first layer is about productivity and career. Your productivity will be improved and your career will be improved because you are not stuck in the same level. You are stimulating to work better until you reach something. Of course, it will boost your career and your productivity. Why this kind of productivity is good? We believe that this kind of productivity will contribute towards the government. And why it is good for the government? Because it is what government needed, and we acknowledge in this work. We are in this kind of work. This world is still looking at the improvement you get, the target you have achieved, ladies and gentlemen. So we believe if the government has achieved a new target, we believe this work will not underestimate or even look up on you. Which is in their case, we believe if there is, take example, if there is a scale of 1 until 10, and there is the people that in the scale of 7, we believe that this person will satisfy enough because they have said that they will satisfy themselves and they will grateful in any kind of situation and no matter what. And this kind of gratefulness will make you stuck in this kind of step and you will not improve to be better, which is we need to be improved. And the second, if you are in the scale of 2, we believe that you are in the scale of 2, you will be grateful so for yourself in their case, because I know I'm not as better as him that can get a 7 number because I cannot be like them, and I'm grateful for them, and even I get confidence, which is we don't know in their case. We can get this kind of confidence in the scale of 2, and this kind of scale of 2, we believe that less contribution will become to the country, and we know it is not good for the country itself. And about the spiritual and emotional, the second layer. Even we pray in the worst scenario, which is we get bad things, you will be divided into the strength, emotional and spiritual, and about the weak, emotional and spiritual. After you get, if the strength one get the bad things, they will not stand up there because they will improve themselves even in their spiritual, their mentally, they will motivate themselves to be better. And how about the weakness? We believe even if they get a weak things, they will go even better because they cannot suffer in this kind of step because this motion has been opposed, and we believe improvement will be achieved by them also. And for the government itself, the government will be improved clearly because they will get the things that they will achieve, and the other country will look up on them. So that we believe self-improvement is better. We're proud to propose. Thank you.
The second speaker from the opposition team spent 7 minutes and 26 seconds. I repeat, 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Calling the third speaker from the proposition team, Ms. Jaza, the time and place is yours.
Judge, it's such a shame towards the opposition side of the house because they don't even catch on our definition. We've already given to you the definition is which fits in this motion is when there is a situation that you can choose between you have to accept yourself or you have to improve. And as my rebels, they brought an idea about the current situations. And in this kind of current situation, it is clear that there is no option. There is no option on how you should improve your own self, or the worst case scenario is you will got no job. So it's clear that these things break the main argument of the opposition side of the house. Now moving on to my next rebuttals on how they say that we are contradicting in each other. We've already stated to you that we are not contradicting. In our case, we have our own limitations on how this self-acceptance will reach their own limit, because when you accept your own self, then you will not try to compare your own self with the others. And then this is enough for you, and with this case, you will reach your limit. And my next point of rebuttals is they also misunderstood our case about obesity and anorexia. What we mean is, in this case, there will be no option for you to accept yourself, because in this case, the choices is between that or a life. So it means that you have to go on diet, or you have to improve yourself to get loss of weight so you can still alive. And my next point of rebuttal is about they talking about that